Well, the helicopter took me to a place called Hudner, which was a base camp right at the foot of the chosen reservoir. And they had thousands, literally thousands of troops who'd walked across the frozen reservoir to Hudner to continue a withdrawal down to the south. We stopped at Hudner while the pilot got instructions from his superiors to what to do. And while I sat in the plane alone, the most haggard troops who probably hadn't slept for a couple of days, they're bearded, they're exhausted. They were hoping to be able to get a ride out of that trap that they had fallen into. But obviously no room for us. It was a very small helicopter. And we went down to another Marine base camp called Coterie. Coterie was another base camp about 12 miles south of Hudner. And they had hundreds of tents there. They were designed for 4 men, and the Marine pilot, whose name was Jesse Ward, were assigned to a tent, so there were 10 in the tent designed for 4 people, and that's where we spent that night. So cold, and I was kept awake during the night by a Marine every half hour or so, going outside to start the Jeep because it had a radio, and the radio could have been our link between safety and ourselves in case any troops were nearby, and a lot of them were known to infiltrate the troops there. So I spent that night in Coterie, flew down to a Marine airfield, still in North Korea, but some distance away. Spent 2 more nights there because the weather was too bad for the ship to send in a plane to take me back out to the carrier. When I got back to the carrier, the captain called me up to the bridge. His name was Captain Sisson from Mississippi, and Jesse Brown was from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. So Captain Sisson had a great deal of compassion and concern about Jesse. Communications had been so bad that no one was exactly sure what had happened. The word was first Jesse crashed and was killed. Then the word came that I gone in and rescued him. Then the word came, no, I didn't rescue him. So he didn't know for sure, even after 4 days, what the story was. But he had intended to send a helicopter back to the crash site with a flight surgeon to bring Jesse's body back. But I prevailed upon him not to do so because it was hostile territory. He was exposing a helicopter again, plus a flight surgeon. I won't say needlessly, but it was a gesture that was not worth the risk. So his backup plan was to send some aircraft in with napalm, which is a terrible weapon. Jelly gasoline, when you drop it on a target, it incinerates everything within maybe a couple 100 yards of it. So you took that plan, and some of our aircraft dropped napalm on Jesse and my aircraft, and Jesse's body was still in the plane. But we looked upon that as being a Valkyrian salute to a real warrior. And then we resumed operations after that. So that's pretty much the story of Jesse Brown.